Hello, loves.
Hello. My voice is back, yet I
Yeah,
can't stop coughing.
both doing a lot better
Mhm.
with the purging of the mucus. And,
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a road. Like, we finally got to go to the river yesterday, put our feet in there. Well, our shoed feet, because last time I cut my foot wide open. Well, not last time. Time before that, I cut my foot right open. So we don't go into the river.
it was definitely nice getting into the nature after being home sick for like a week, not going out and really doing much. So
Yeah, I couldn't really do much. I didn't have a voice. I didn't have a, yeah, it was a,
it's much needed. Get out in nature, it's healing.
yeah. So today, what are we talking about today?
How about the
Oh, how it's okay to
yeah,
not be okay.
yeah,
Um,
acknowledge.
yeah, because basically I'm going through like this thing of like feeling. I basically feel like I've put rose-colored glasses over my healing. It's like I felt, oh, I got rid of the bipolar and the meds, and like everything's going to be fine. And I have been in barreling hell for like a year and a half or two, and I kept trying to be like, oh, at least I'm not on the meds unless, but like there's still things that were there. And it's like a couple nights ago, literally lost my entire shit. Woke up in the middle of the night, was like punching my pillow and screaming. And like, it was crazy. And it came to me where it was like, I need to talk about the fact that I am not okay. Like, I'm not okay. Like, I will be. I've seen it. I synced it. Um, but I'm not now. Straight survival. I went from like one rigidity to the second, fighting the war of mental illness for all that long time. And it's made it to that, like, I felt like, and I was talking about this with Vanessa today on a voice note about, she was saying too about how we're not supposed to, like, when the new age got a little warped, because the false matrix, it's like, not talking about it so that the pain stays in, or even saying, to the point of people talking about it and not doing anything about it. So we'll get to that. But um it's just been like, I felt like it's different. I'm not in my hometown. I'm here, that I should, like, the word should isn't, but like it's not as bad, I guess, that it's not relevant. Um that I am okay. And then they have the thing, it's like, unfortunately, Edward has said this to me, but you are okay. I'm like, I'm not okay right now, and that's okay. And I think the biggest thing that I got with myself was that, you were talking about this, a lot of people will talk about it but do nothing about it. So I see that,
It's
right?
got the loop of talking about what's wrong, but not actually taking any action um, towards resolving or releasing. And and it's okay to talk about what you're feeling or what you're dealing with, so that you can acknowledge it and accept it as it is right now, instead of trying to avoid it
Yeah.
or push it down and pretend that everything's just fine, trying to trick your mind into believing that everything is okay when that's not what you're feeling in your body.
Yeah. So that causes unrest, which happened to me. But so take that back to that, where people do that a lot, right? And especially me being in, the mental health world. So I along with the new age not talking about it, I also felt like if I was talking about it, like I was complaining and whatever. And one of the realizations I had today was like, oh no, like, I'm literally not doing that. I'm I'm literally waking up every day not putting a knife in my gut. I mean, I just know that sounds really crazy, but like I'm doing things every day to get better, and it's like I've realized the hole that I was in from everything that I was in was way deeper and way more intricate than I thought. But because of the new age and because of the people, I have a lot of friends that did that, would complain and never do anything about like what was going on. I was like, I cannot speak up. I can't. Like, I cannot say that I'm not okay and be like really serious about it, because that means that I am either making it in the thing when Vanessa said, like, no, it's already here. It's not, like, you're making it, it's already here. Like, you can't make it if it's here. Or that I'm just complaining all the time and doing nothing about it. And it had me in a tizzy. And that's what got me really sick this last couple months too, where I just was like, things had gotten really crazy, especially with the fallout from the groups and the grief that I felt from people. And I was like, just keep trucking, just keep going. It's okay that they did this. It's okay that your stomach is falling out of your asshole. It's okay, because you're here in this house and you've got both legs or something. I don't know. So I just kept pushing it down and I just kept going forward and stuff. And I got like sick in the same way as someone who was not taking care of it, because I wouldn't talk about it because I was so afraid I wasn't doing something. But the thing was every day I was waking up and doing something about it, figuring out what foods I wanted to eat at the time, or finding this apartment to live in, and not like just giving in to the first place to live. Every day I was doing something, but I had this story that I'm not if I talk about it, and that can stem back to we don't talk about things. My mom sure as hell is like, we don't talk about this stuff. And I would always want to. And then I couldn't not talk, and I would get in trouble for talking about my feelings or things that I felt were wrong. So I never got to go through them. And when the bipolar didn't feel right, didn't get to go through that either. It was just always like, no, this is the way it is. Like, and the spirituality, this is the way it is. Like, and it was like, it drowned me to the point I was 2 days ago in my bed, just I lost it. My stomach, it felt like it was on fire. And I was just like, this cannot be the way. And of course, it's like, I don't want to be complaining all the time to Edward, even though he's like, it's cool. But like we have that too, where it's like it's overbearing. And I see that like since we've got together and I've started, I mean, just falling apart, and him making me feel safe enough to even like open up, I guess, has gotten to the point where it has opened a floodgate. And we have spent days and months and years of him watching me lose my fucking shit, going in circles, trying to figure it out. So I felt guilty. I'm like, I'm a burden. And I'm like, I'm not even a fucking burden. But it's like there's things that I'm talking about that I haven't learned the skills to change what is going on with that yet. So have there's that limbo period of trying to figure out like how to exactly make all of this stop or change or whatever, when I've piled on so much and I'm changing so much at once. So I had to give myself the grace too that like in this too, like it's not even a normal purge. And I think that's a thing where it's like, why does everything have to be so extra for me all the time? Like so extra that I can't even function in life in any way. And it's like, the only thing I can think of is that the mission is so big that this is all going to be transmuted into helping everyone in the new earth. But it's like the one person I love, like my one, like losing it, and like all of my things that were like I used to like feel better are now full of trauma. Like the tapping I learned through somebody, I had to like unfollow her, like, the breath work thing too. So it's like I try to do some of these modalities, and it's like I'm traumatized by the person that had, so it's like I have to learn to use these skills again in like a healthy way for myself. So that's over triggering. It's just, I'm like, I am not okay.
We were talking about this earlier, where
But it's okay.
that's the point now, not even as individuals, but as a collective, where it's kind of time to stop looking toward other people
Oh yeah.
to make things happen for you,
And that's my entire life.
to heal you or guide you. Even it's more, these people can give us the tools, and we have a lot of tools now, ourselves, that we can use to do it ourselves. Like we can't we can no longer look to other people for that, other than to them help us, teach us the tools that we were not aware of, because we're definitely not taught these things through our life. But it's obviously becoming more commonplace. And I think,
But that's what's the hard part, is us trusting ourselves now to not follow a guru.
Yeah, I guess, well, we think, we see these people, they're doing so well and they use this tool, so we need them to tell us and guide us step by step
How to do it.
without having to listen to our intuition or our bodies or anything like that, to guide us, which is, that's what's gonna work best for us. Obviously, they can help in some way, but you still, even in that respect, you still have to do the work yourself, even if they are telling you step by step. But
Yeah, and
the thing that's gonna help you progress the fastest and the easiest, I would say, is through doing it through yourself and listening to your inner voice.
yeah, but so many of us have been taught. In the thing is like, listen to your inner voice, but listen to me. And we're like, so now I think that's why there's so much unrest this year, especially this year being that year 9, where all these things are dying. They are coming to and I remember you a couple months ago being like, I don't want them to keep listening to, like, you know what I mean? And you're the most laid back, and you would kind of go by yourself. But it was like, I think to you, it was scary too, somebody not telling you, because you never listened to your spleen, because you're a spleener.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? So you're like, what do you mean I got to do it on my own? And I've seen you struggle with that. You've adapted much easier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're very flexible, but it doesn't mean that it's not coming a thing. And so people like me who've had the rigid, or some of us who got very lost in a spiritual way, or thought we were doing something, and then all of a sudden it's like, whatever. That's hard for some of us to even go over into that. Like, what do you mean I don't have to buy those 16 courses to, like, oh, I'm bleeding, to live life? And it's okay. Um and in whatever. So it's like we've got to tell ourselves, it's okay to not be. What the actual F is going on? Like, we're literally being blasted within the inch of our life by the fucking sun, where, like everything is crumbling for the good, the greater good, crumbling for that. We're figuring it out, but it's not easy. It's not fun. Some of it might be fun,
Yeah.
you know. And for a while, the nervous system doesn't feel safe doing it the other way, even though your knowing knows. So moving, yeah. So it's like even the chillists sometimes are dealing over there being like, this is weird. So it's like, and if we just pretend and that we're not struggling because perfectionism has ruled the planet for so long. It's like we're just doing a disservice to ourselves. And it's just not the business anymore. And I admit, I'm like afraid. I'm afraid people are, going to judge me and I got to work through that. But it's like, I need to admit that I am not real. Oh, yeah. That I am just not okay. And that's okay because the fact that I admit that I am not okay, this is not okay, means that I can stop fucking doing whatever it is that I'm doing when I tell myself that I'm okay. Or like, I think I said it too, where it was like, I'm literally telling myself that I'm like, let's say my body is losing its shit. And I'm telling it that it's okay because of whatever reason. So then it's like, it's just like, it doesn't know that I'm not saying it's okay to like feel like this. So it's like, okay, so we live in this pure panic while living because I just kept telling myself, it's gonna be fine. Instead of like actually dealing with the pain, actually dealing with the heartache, actually dealing that someone broke my fucking girl heart, like actually dealing with all these things so that I can be like, okay, that fucking happened. And what am I going to do about it? Or do I actually need to do anything about it? Or do I just need to hold my heart or do a bunch of like self love spells with the intention to be like, I am healing my heart? Like all of these things are valid. But if you don't admit that someone has ripped your heart out of your soul, and you're like, it's fine. It wasn't as bad as the last one, or it's fine because I'm, at least,
Playing it.
yeah, down there we go, or any of that. Then you're just keep going and you're teaching your body, your nervous system that this is still the way. Like, even when something isn't as bad, it's like, it still makes you feel that way. And that is the suppression of the human experience, which is emotion. And I'm over here thinking, I gotta save things. And I'm like, nah, you gotta save yourself, girl. Like the fuck. And admit I am going forward. I mean, like, also the thing too, like they're telling me once you get in the apartment, do these things in between. And I feel guilty for like future tripping. But since time isn't irrelevant, have the time here though. But like, I'm not there in this other thing yet, knowing that that's gonna do it. So I try to act as if, but I'm not there yet because I don't know how. It's just like, I guess the grace thing, coming back to that, of the grace of like, yeah, but I'm just not okay. And I have to be okay with not chasing other people to make me feel okay, which is one of the things I did forever. I was taught I was so wrong that I couldn't possibly make anything better for myself. And destroying that belief is hard and hurts me immensely. And the universe ripped everything from me this summer, the connections, the group I was in, left me bare. And it was like, it's because I needed to see. And I didn't want to admit it, you know. I also don't like being like that person was a dick. So I'd like very much know it's not about me, but the wounds that have happened, it's like I have to still heal those wounds. They've still been inflicted, whether this person had, wasn't about me at all. Yes. I still got hurt. Like, It's not like when you get a regular wound, you're just like, oh, I mean, unless you're doing something, whatever, you don't take care of it. Like somebody trips and accidentally like trips into you and pushes you onto the ground and you rip your entire flesh off your skin and instead of being like, oh, that person definitely didn't mean to run into me. And I definitely, the only reason I'm on the floor is because that person ran into me and this big gap. So I'm just gonna ignore that it never ever happened because and it's like, no, you go and you fucking put some peroxide on that shit. You do that. Like, why wouldn't we do that to our inner wounds? Why do we just let them seep out? There's a lot of fucks in this one. I'm sorry, guys. I'm in my little face, so I'm a little.
Spicy today.
But no, but like, someone told me that I'm gonna be start saying things that people want that need to hear but aren't being said yet. So I feel like it's just gonna start pouring out of me these things, and none of it makes any sense, and it's not the normal. But like, I gotta break the chains. Someone's gotta break it so other people can break it too. Like, why not be me?
What?
You know what I mean? Like, why not? Good Lord. But yeah, I don't know. It's okay to not be okay. But the thing is you can still do things while you're not okay.
Mhm. It's important to admit that you're not.
Yeah, like literally, it's the
Instead of
first
pretending
thing,
like you're okay.
pretending like, yeah,
It's like you're trying to trick your mind into believing that you're okay when your body's telling you something is wrong
yeah.
or something is off.
Yeah. I'm like, but it doesn't seem like it's like, it's bad. There's things weeping and seeping and pusping inside of, I gotta clean it out. I got to take the rose-colored glasses off and be real with myself. I don't have to be crazy with myself, but I gotta be real. Real, you too. You gotta be real with yourself. How the fuck is anyone else gonna be real with you if you're not real with yourself? Like, that's the conundrum. But we would love for everyone to treat except for the mirror of our treating ourselves like, yeah, but we can figure it out. We're gonna figure it all out. Ah, we've got a lot of things and a lot of tools, but it all comes back to being the real authentic, coming back to authenticity, love, the light, and the darkness, and not doing what somebody else is doing if it does not vibe with you. I mean, I'm gonna be a dip, but like, also live life.
Everybody out there swears up and down they have the answer. That's their answer. That's what
Right?
worked for them. And it could work for you.
Yeah.
Parts of it could work for you, but that doesn't mean that it's just the cookie cutter
Yeah.
answer for everybody.
Like, this is the way you'll get $1 million. I'm like, is it?
Yeah. And everyone is here to have a different experience.
Unless you're selling me, be 100% your authentic self, then I'll sign the fuck up for that.
Mhm.
And there are some people who actually sign that, to be honest. So yes. Yeah, I think that's why I struggle with the business where it's like, I don't, this is what worked for me. And it's like, okay, so how do I sell? It's like, just sell me. Just be an example. And it could be my coach, Megan, literally gives you like if you're in human design and whatever and astrology, she like gives you what your astrology is, and she's like, you gotta do you. And she's doing well because she's not forcing anyone to do anything or not being like, this is the way.
Telling you you're doing it wrong because you're not
Yeah.
the way
He just literally looks at you and is like, use your intuition. But also I have these guidelines of like, this is
Tools.
tools. Yeah. So I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. This is very haphazard, but I think I have a lot of wisdom in it, and I cried a little bit. But I'm so just afraid. I'm terrified out of my mind. Terrified to go into the thing, but I don't want to go back to the past, and and that's okay because I'm just gonna show up every day and not stick that knife in my stomach and just live it. But that means that I have to scream if it's screaming day.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta rest. I gotta laugh. I gotta dance. I gotta give myself the day where I'm just angry all fucking day. And I'm throwing tomatoes at the wall. I don't know. I probably can't do that, but with the reason of like letting yourself just feel it. I mean, like really feel it to heal it. Like letting yourself move through it. And then, also knowing that sometimes there's some things you don't have to feel to heal. You just have to keep going to train the brain that it's in. And it sounds daunting because sometimes it feels like, am I going to do this till the day I die and then die? And it's like, yeah, you are. But it doesn't mean that the journey won't get really good. Doesn't mean that you're not.
You're not still gonna live life.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you're not going to be in the coolest place, in this beautiful place. And maybe once a month you have this full breakdown because you remembered something from your childhood and you fucking scream it out. And then all of a sudden you're back and you're in that beautiful place. It's not perfect,
Mm-hmm. Perfect. It's life.
but we've been taught gotta get to the ascension. And if you don't ever get there, you failed. And if you get there and come back, you failed. If you have acne on your face, you failed. If you've got belly fat, you failed. Because you have, you gotta rip it all out and input the new program.
Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe none of us now will die. We'll just keep living. I'll be 300 years old and look like this.
Young lady.
I don't know. My boobs are that young, but anyway, do you have any more wisdom?
I don't think so. I think we covered a lot there.
Yeah, we're just sending so much love.
We love you guys.
Hmm.
Hope you have a beautiful now.